Alrighty, so as we talk about things and kind of be a little bit of the Debbie Downer here at that point. We're definitely being a little Debbie Downer. Um, we're gonna also discuss here: should we add a free agent? The short answer is hell yes. To be honest, this is one of the most worrisome
yes would be the
positions
short
on the
answer.
roster.
Or C, the team shorter.
2 words, 2 letters. I mean,
Yeah.
so let's go over who we got here, and usually I kind of save the best for last, so to speak here. But we're gonna go right into it. The guy that I personally would love for us to have on the New York Giants. I don't want to speak for you, Rob, but I think you probably wouldn't mind having him either. The ageless wonder himself, Calais Campbell, who's now 37 years old. Like, I can't believe he's still playing to the level he's playing. Last year, he's playing with the Atlanta Falcons there. This is before they were collecting quarterbacks like Pokemon. 47 tackles last year, 7 sacks, 17 QB hits, 10 tackles for loss, 1 pass deflected, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and an 80.0 PFF score. How this guy is still walking the streets, I don't get it. Unless he's waiting for the right opportunity, like he's waiting for somebody like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens. I hate to say the Eagles. Somebody, the Niners, somebody he thinks has got a
He can win
chance
a ring with or something.
chase a ring. Yeah, that's what he's waiting for. But if I'm Joe Shane, I would have already picked up the phone and found out. Guys like him don't get paid a lot. And I don't mean that because he's not good. I mean because he's 37 years old, and at some point, that's going to stop. With our luck, it'd be the year we sign him, because we've talked about him the last couple of years as being somebody to potentially sign. But last year he made $4 million, guys. You tell me we can't find $4 million? Hell, I'll find $6-7 million to pay this guy.
Oh, he'll do it.
He's a 1-year stopgap. 1-year stopgap is not a bad thing right now, because when you get a guy like that, you have the next year to go ahead and try to find a young guy to take his spot. And hell, if he wants a 2-year deal, I give it to him. I would. I know it sounds crazy, but I would. That was a really good year. And if he drops off talent-wise that hard, guys, he'll retire. This guy has a lot of pride in what he does. He's not going to hang around for the paycheck.
Yeah, I doubt that.
No, that's not who his personality is whatsoever. So,
and that's why he's probably still available. Like you nailed him. He's just waiting to get picked up by a team and try to get a ring. The paycheck at this point is he's made his money.
Yeah,
he wants to be known.
I think. Yeah, I mean that's really what I think is going on. I think he's waiting just for that right fit. Again, Joe Shane, pick up the phone if you haven't already. Find out who it is. We need this guy. We need him. Honestly, from there, it doesn't look good, guys.
No.
Next up, Hassan Ridgeway, who spent last year with the Texans, only played in 3 games, had 4 tackles, had a 47.4 PFF grade. He's 29 years old. Now, obviously, those stats don't seem amazing. So you're probably like, what the hell? Why would you want to get this guy? Again, he's not my number 1, but he's played in 80 career NFL games in 8 seasons.
A lot better than Jordan Riley, a lot better than Tinny Horn, a lot better than your Ryder Anderson combined.
And he's still 29 years old. He's not that old, but he's not Calais Campbell over here. But I mean, he's still played in a good amount of games, had 20 starts in his career. This is a guy that you could have as a backup defensive lineman that legit is a backup defensive lineman in this league at that point. Another option is this guy, Lawrence guy, who played last year, of course, with the Patriots. 38 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, had a 45.5 PFF grade. And he's another guy who's just that seasoned veteran kind of guy there. He's been in the league since 2012. So he's getting a little older. He's going to be 34 this season. But he's been 177 games, started 122 games. You just got to see what he's got left in the tank at this point. He's probably going to be a guy that is a rotational piece. But the nice thing about rotational pieces is twofold. One, they're cheap, and B, they don't completely stop your young guys from learning.
Correct.
If anything, it helps because you can take him out after a play at that point and then go talk to him, put him back in.
Yeah. Hey, this is what you could have done. This is what you could have done different. Try this next time.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly. So like I said, nothing wrong with that as long as you can get a guy cheap enough there. But that's the perfect kind of guy if you want to have that kind of role. Another guy we have available is Brian Monet. Last year, 13 games. You make me feel. Last year, I shouldn't say last year. Last year didn't play at all. This is back in 22, I should say. 13 games, 25 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 QB hit, 28 years old. Sat out all of last year with a knee injury. That doesn't scream giant. I don't know what does.
100% does.
But I mean, prior to that, he spent 4 seasons in Seattle, 41 games overall, 8 starts. He's proven to be a legit backup defensive lineman piece.
And you know what happened to him?
Again, we're not going to get studs this late in the season. I know people might say, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Money's injury was an ACL, so it screams Giants. By the way, just so you know, non-football related.
ACL wasn't an ACL. I didn't look that deep into it. I didn't look
not tear injury.
He set out the year because of that. Yeah, I mean, but the nice thing is, at the same point, is that again he sat out the whole year. So obviously the injury happened very early on. So it's not like one of these guys that hurts himself in December and try to sign him and hope that by the end of the year they play.
Pray for the best.
So, exactly. All right, we got one more guy, another ageless wonder, who, let's be honest, is not playing nearly as well as Linville as Calais Campbell is. I almost gave away who it is. And that's our old buddy Linville Joseph, who we drafted way back when in the second round of 2010, was a really good player for us, and then ends up getting a nice contract. Well, at least it was a nice contract at the time, but now it's like a backup contract from the Vikings, and ends up getting a couple Pro Bowls. So spent the last couple of seasons there, just kind of floating around from team to team. Was in Buffalo last year, Philly the year before that, 2 years with the Chargers there. So he doesn't have a lot in the tank, guys, at this point. Let's be very frank with that. But what he still is he's still a long-term veteran who plays smart. And more than anything else, he's still big. This wasn't the guy that was a little tiny guy that rushed the passer. He was way before that. He was the old school, I stand here, you can't get by me kind of guy.
Yeah, 323 pounds. Right.
Yeah, 6'4" on top of that. He's a big guy at that point. Last year with the Bills, 7 games, 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 QB hit, just a 38.8 PFF score. If you bring him on, you're bringing him on for one reason and one reason only.
Build a wall.
Veteran leadership. That's what you're really bringing him in there for. I don't know if you need that, though, with Dexter Lawrence there. And that's my only reason why I have him so far down the line, it's not even funny. Because when you already have a guy who's respected this league and thought of as one of the best players in this league, known to be the best giant right now, do you really need a veteran? Yeah, like you really need a veteran voice. So, but I'll include him because he is one of the better free agents available. And that says a lot for what kind of free agents are left being available at this point. Calais Campbell, call Joe Shane. Don't wait for him to call. Just call him. He will pick up, I promise. Tell him you love the apple. The apple is...
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.